Here we have a couple of cling stamps that have a mosaic look to them. And when you take it out of the package, you'll want to separate the acetate cover that just helps it get into the package. And here you can see the perimeter of this cling sticker. It's very important that you don't remove this. This is what is going to make the stamp cling to the clear block. And in this case, I often think of it almost as a handle, that it gives me an area to press the stamp onto the block and then press it down and even shake it vigorously to make sure you have it really attached. And then you'll be able to proceed with there from inking and everything to work with it. So I wanted to show you a couple of things here that when I started out, my inspiration for some of these mosaic patterns was some beautifully done mosaic work that was in very vivid colors of glass, and it was very bright colors. And this look can certainly be done with these stamps, but also if you wanted the more natural tones and color of the little stone squares, then we'll show you how to get that look as well. Now let's try a completely different look of natural stone with the mushrooms. So this gives us some really fun ways to get a natural stone, almost color effect with color pencils and brushes, stamps and stencils. So this is going to be a lot of fun. The Creative Palette is a mono printing plate which allows you to use your acrylic paints and a brayer and simply apply color to this plate. You can see this is a new one here in the package, and this allows you to get some beautiful patterns like you see here, and the acrylic paint gets moved around with the brayer, and each time your prints come out very different and very fun. So I thought these would be a fun background to use with the mosaic stamps. Now that I've created some pretty close spacing here, I'm going to just take my fine line pen and create some other pieces. Me work my way all the way around. By the time I do my coloring, the rest of the birds and the flowers, I can make them really pop from the rest of the background. But I like the bits of color for interest back there that make it almost look like stone type colors. I did some more coloring, and then I was real pleased with how just drawing the lines worked. And I started out with one thin line using my fine tip pen, and then I found if I traced over it a second time, it sort of became irregular, but those little spaces really made it look like mosaic effort, where you'd have maybe some little uneven gaps. And then I took one of my oval dies, and by popping out this little piece, I was able to use the same die, find a little message that fit in this shape, and so once I die cut that piece, of course it fits perfectly in, and doing it flat would look like it was a part of the mosaic where it was set in to the whole shape. So I'm real pleased how that worked out. On this one, I had, the paper is really thick because I have paint on both sides, and this one's kind of wild and crazy, but this side I think will work quite nice if I wanted to do something with the mushrooms and just give it more of a look of the woods and all the fern or something around it. So we're just going to stamp into this lighter green area. hope you will find these mosaic stamps very easy and fun to work with. So here you can see I finished doing my color pencil work, and I've added a little message up here, and this was my little, I cut out this little shape knowing that it would work well for a lot of the messages, and other messages are horizontal, so I might have planned, going either way to create an area for a message. So it came out quite fun, I think.